Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're looking at the Mattel DC 6-inch Core Basic Premier Superman. This is part of Series 2. I got this guy from Big Bad Toy Store, so let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see, the DC logo. Superman by Mattel. Here's the barcode, if that helps anybody. Here's Superman in the package. Looks like he has some accessories behind him. On the back, we have Superman posed up. Here's the rest of Series 2. Here's his barcode. So with no further ado, let's open him up. Alright, now they got this figure out of the package. Here he is with all the accessories laid out. He comes with a big sort of, I don't know, sheet's not the right word, but plastic thing full of accessories. We have some armor for Superman. We have some steel beams, chains, stuff like that. Actually, it looks like at least we get some useful stuff there. Before taking a look at that, let's talk about and check out this figure. So this is everybody's favorite hero, Superman. The Man of Steel stands for truth, justice, and the American way. This is the basic version of him, and to tell you the truth, it looks great. $12.99, this is an awesome figure. It is basic, so just keep in mind, there are some things it won't have, but it's a really nice start. So let's take a closer look. Now, starting with this head sculpt. It looks pretty good. He's got one eyebrow sort of cocked up. He's got the spit curl and a pretty serious expression. Not angry, not responding, just sort of normal. And at $12, this is about the best possible head sculpt you can ever imagine. Going further down, Superman logo looks pretty good. Traditional red and yellow. The blue on his suit is a little bit darker. Kind of makes you feel like it's a more modern version of Superman, which is what it is. He does have the red trunks, and the crotch area, I mean, it could look better. I know a lot of people hate the McFarlane diapers, but I think that looks a lot smoother than this. It looks like he has a little Speedo on. They probably should have painted some of that red. I don't know. That always looks bad when they do that too. Nice amount of abs, muscles on the side. Now it does look like it uses the Batman base body, but there are some differences, and don't worry, I will go over that in depth in a little bit. Single jointed elbows, double jointed knees. He's got a soft goods cape, a little hole in it so you can give him a backpack like a missile launcher, which is ridiculous for Superman. So, it's good for the price. If this was like the $25 Mattel offering, I would say it's not good, but it's not. This is a basic figure, and this is literally the probably best basic figure I've ever seen from any company at that sort of a price point. I believe they're going to go alongside with the premium figures when they come out. Kind of like how the wrestling guys are, the basic and the elite. Time will tell, but if this is a hint of what we're going to get in the future, well, looks like things might be looking up after all. Do not misunderstand me. I do prefer the scale and sort of style of McFarlane figures, the Mattel figures. They look a little more cartoony. They don't look bad, not at all. Just a little more sort of cartoony. Just the colors, proportions, the sort of muscles. I don't know. It's just, maybe I've just been so used to the other ones for so many years, but I do really like this Superman so far, and this is the basic version. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt. It looks good. He's got his little personality expression, although in some ways I'd rather have a vanilla expression. But they did a pretty good job. The hair looks good, the skin tone, the expression, it's all there, and at a very cheap price. And a closer look at the Superman symbol. Nice, clean, crisp paint job. And now for his accessories. These remind me of the accessories I would get with like the Playmates turtle figures when I was a kid. They would come like this and be sort of basic and crappy. Now, these do kind of look to be basic and crappy, but there looks to be some useful stuff here too. Now, armor on a Superman is usually kind of ridiculous. He doesn't really need armor. But a lot of the rest of the stuff looks like it could be useful for sort of background, street debris, and stuff like that. So, let's punch him out and see what's up. Now for his accessories. He comes with quite a bit of stuff. He's got armor pieces for his chest, his back, and his shoulders. Then he has a steel bar that can be broken into 2 pieces, and a chain. Now, I'm not really feeling the armor for Superman, but I am feeling the steel beam and the chain. They can be useful for a lot of different scenarios. So, you get a pretty decent Superman figure, plus a ton of accessories, even though they're basic, for a good price. Definitely good value, if nothing else. Here's Superman wearing that armor. Gives me a little bit of sort of a Justice vibe to it. Armored Superman is definitely not something that they never do, but Superman is damn near invulnerable, so armor is sort of redundant. So we got the Superman logo on it. We have the shoulder pads there, and they can sort of go down. I don't know, they don't look kind of weird, just sort of pointy and sticking out. But it doesn't look horrible. This is what will attach to the hole in his back. But I definitely prefer the Superman figure without. Here's Superman holding onto that steel beam. It looks like he just crushed it with his hand. It actually looks really cool, and it's such a Superman thing to do. In addition to that, steel beam itself is an extra piece here that you can kind of rip it off. Maybe have Superman ripping off a building. Could have it maybe sort of break it off somebody. Just a few extra options there. But by itself, it looks pretty cool. Nice little detail where he squeezed it as well. And although not much of a Superman thing to do, here he is holding and getting ready to beat somebody with his chain. Now there is one other accessory for Superman, but it doesn't come with this figure. It comes with the Jokerized Batman, which is also in Wave 2. And this is a little sort of faceplate for a Jokerized Superman. It's got a piece of the spit curl there, green eyes, sort of lines going through it. He is infected for sure. It just sort of clips on top of his face. And a closer look at him with the Jokerized face. Now, because it's a faceplate, it almost looks like a Halloween mask. It makes his face far too big. But it's cool to have the option to Jokerize your Superman, and it really doesn't cost you anything extra. So from that point of view, it's an awesome accessory. Here's a look at all of the Mattel Jokerized figures, with the Jokerized Batman leading the pack. Now, this has been sort of a gimmick or a theme for Waves 1 and 2. I don't really anticipate this going on to Wave 3, but who knows? Maybe it will. Maybe it will go on for the entire line. It's just kind of a cool little extra thing, because you're not really paying extra for it. It's just a little pack-in. Now to look at the reuse differences and similarities between Superman here and Mattel's Batman. There are some similarities, so let's take a look. So, starting with the head. Obviously totally different. Then they have the neck piece, which is also different. And the torso area, well, it doesn't have the sort of line. Well, I guess it kind of does. It has like texturing on the muscle here on Batman. It does not have that on Superman. And so with the leg, you can see that line going down here. But on Batman, he has all kind of texturing right here. Superman, it's just a smooth sculpt. They seem to really be the same body except for the texturing aspects. Of course, the belts are different. His diaper piece has the belt attached. The boots are going to be different. So it looks like it's the same base body, but it was altered for Batman to have texturing here and here, not on Superman. And then different boots, forearms, etc. So some reuse, but altered reuse. And now that we're taking a pretty good look at the figure and its accessories, let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing about 6.6 inches tall, which can translate to just under 17 centimeters. And for his articulation. Starting with his head, of course, going to rotate side to side. He can look up and down, nice mount. He can tilt his head from one side to the other. Shoulders on a ball joint, goes about 90 degrees. Up, down, around. He's got a single jointed elbow, goes in about 90 degrees with rotation. His wrist can rotate and is hinged. Torso is one solid piece, traditional waist swivel. Legs, complete as splits. Little ball joints with a peg. They go forward, about that far. Back not much. He's got a thigh cut. Double jointed knees. And there's a boot cut with minimal rotation. So the main things missing would be some kind of ab crunch and double jointed elbows. I mean, I can ask for more, but those are the main glaring omissions. Same time, this figure is $12, so you really can't be that judgmental about those things. Here's a look at Superman hovering above the skies of Metropolis. Now let's check him out next to some other action figures, starting off with some other 6-inch Superman figures. Here he is, next to the Mattel DC Universe Classics and DC Multiverse 6-inch Superman figures on the left and right. Now, the DC Universe Classics and Multiverse figures were sort of the premium figures of the time, and these basic figures are almost as good as Mattel's previous premium figures, so hopefully we'll see some big improvements with their new ones. We'll know here shortly. These new Mattel figures seem to be just a hair taller than the older ones, maybe like 0.1 or 0.2 inches, so for me, they fit in pretty nicely. And here, with a couple of Mattel Henry Cavill movie Superman figures, then with the Mattel Dark Knight Returns Superman figure. And now, with a couple of Mattel Total Hero Superman figures. These were sort of their basic offerings way back in the day, probably about 10 years ago. I mean, look how blocky they are, the odd proportions, big fists, crappy articulation, a weird stance. So, if these were the basic figures from about 10 years ago, and these are the basic figures now, I'm really expecting a significant upgrade with the premium figures. Next, with another 6-inch basic Mattel Superman figure. This is from the Batman Unlimited line, and it is just so ill-built with the oddest proportions and horrible articulation. This is the new basic figures. Those are some of the old basic figures. And here he is, with a couple of Mattel Henry Cavill movie Superman figures. These are the basic variety. These guys ran for about $10, 8 years ago. And now we have a significant upgrade for about $13. And here, next to a couple of McFarlane 6-inch retro Superman figures. Then, with a couple of Spin Master 6-inch James Gunn movie Superman figures. And now, with a Spin Master 6-inch comic Superman figure. And finally, with a couple of 7-inch McFarlane DC Multiverse Superman figures. Now let's check him out next to some other Mattel 6-inch figures. Here he is. Next to Wave 2, we have John Stewart Green Lantern, Superman, Stealth Suit Batman, and Jokerized Batman. And here he is next to Wave 1, Batman, Robin, The Flash, and the Joker. Now we don't really know what Wave 3 is going to be, although I'm pretty sure Deathstroke is going to be included, as we've already seen that figure. And here are all the Jokerized varieties. I do wonder if they're going to continue this theme with Wave 3. We'll know soon. Here's Superman with the black and red Robin that came with a motorcycle. And now with the Batman, Mr. Freeze, and Hal Jordan 3-pack. Next, with the Batman vs. Clayface 2-pack. Here he is, next to Batman in his mech suit, and Superman. These are the sort of action feature talking hero wave. And the Superman is definitely a better figure than the previous one, although that one wasn't awful, but there were a lot of things I didn't like about him. Most of a gimmicky type figure. So here would be Mattel's 6-inch core Justice League so far. We have the Flash, Batman, Superman, and a couple of Green Lanterns. I'm definitely curious to know who is next out of the roster. Now let's check him out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in, both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a Mattel DC figure, they are typically the 6-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of these smaller action figure lines I collect, and then work way larger. And I'm going to include as many Superman figures as I can during those comparisons. But first, let's check him out with some of his Mattel brothers. Since we already checked him out next to a bunch of other Mattel Superman figures, here he is next to some more Mattel figures. In front of you are 5 different action figures, all from Mattel, all 6-inch scale. And now, with some Jazz Wars Fortnite figures and SH Figure Arts action figures, here's Superman next to a disposable razor. And here he is with some Hasbro Marvel Legends and Mafex Superman figures. Then, with both some Jazzwares and Mattel wrestling figures. And now, with some Mezco and NECA Superman figures. Next, with some DC Direct and McFarlane Superman figures. And finally, with some Diamond Select Toys and Jakks Pacific wrestling figures. So overall, this is a very nice Superman figure, especially for the price. So, looking at the figure by himself, yeah, he's missing some stuff, like bicep cuts, double jointed elbows, ab crunch, etc. And his accessories, they're rather basic, and, crappy's too harsh, but they're very basic looking. But this is a basic figure. It's aimed for a younger audience, and it's a lot cheaper, although it appeals to adults at the same time. The figure looks pretty good. Maybe his chin's a little too big, neck works a little bit awkward. I'm not really a fan of how they handle the crotch piece, looks like he has a Speedo on. But for the price, he's fantastic. By himself, he's just, upper middle figure. If I were to rate this guy by himself, no context, I look at him, I think like 6.5, maybe even 7. He is missing some stuff. But if you factor in the price, the guy deserves damn near a 9. So, I'd give this guy 2 thumbs up, especially for the price. It's a nice figure, even not taking that into consideration. But taking into consideration almost makes it a great figure. So far, so good with the Mattel stuff. Can't wait to see their first standard, premium, sort of default Superman. So, this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching this video, If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.